They'll move into an apartment at 10 p.m. and summon Glasses Greg. Now look, I'm not usually one to believe in ghost stories. I just think they're bogus, okay? But I want you to take every word that I'm about to say dead seriously. Me and my wife had just rented out a new apartment. I got a job on the opposite of town, so what can I say? Things are going pretty good for myself. When we first moved into the apartment, we were really worried about the pricing, but the landlord offered us a deal. He said he'd rent it out to us for half the cost. When we pressed on why he'd give us such a generous offer, he replied that the previous tenants had died after an accident when cleaning a rifle, and that he was struggling to find anyone willing to pay full price for rent. My wife was a pretty superstitious person, and she was reluctant to take that offer, but I assured her there was nothing to be afraid of. After a while of living there, the wife continued to nag me, so I finally agreed to hire a mystic in order to prove to her that everything was fine. Boy, was I in for a surprise. It was a cool Thursday afternoon. The sun was still reflecting off the falling leaves that were caked in the morning dew. We heard a knock on the door. We both sprang up from our seats to see what's what. Upon opening the door, however, I was surprised to see that there was no one there. It must have been those dang kids next door. Right as these thoughts of trickery passed through my mind, I felt a tap on my shoulder. A chill ran down my spine. Without moving, I turned my eyes to my wife, and she, like me, was frozen in fear. Trembling, we both turned around slowly. Behind us, and behind us it was. It was the mystic we ordered 12 months prior. "Sorry, I'm a little late," the mystic casually remarked. My wife and I both turned to each other, questioning with our eyes whether or not we should trust this home intruder. Without a moment of hesitation, the mystic said, "Follow me," and led us into our own kitchen. Inside, we found that she had already set up her equipment, including candles as well as a Ouija board. I raised my eyebrows as I noticed that the candles were red heart-shaped ones, to which the mystic apologized and said that they were out of the regular candles at the store. The mystic sat me and my wife down. She inquired what the problem we were facing was specifically. My wife replied, "Ever since we got here, I've been receiving these bizarre messages." She continued to explain that she would get 10 messages an hour on all of her social media accounts, and they were all from the same person. The mystic raised her pierced eyebrow and asked, "Who is this person you speak of?" My wife then began to shake uncontrollably and uttered but a single word: "Glasses Greg." As soon as she said that, the mystic went into cardiac arrest and died in an instant. We heard the chilling sounds of Glasses Greg's laughter echoing throughout our humble dorm room. My mind once again pondered whether or not this was just a cruel trick from the children next door. My wife clutched my arms and began trembling terribly. It was as if she all of a sudden had contracted Parkinson's. She then whispered into my ear, "Please, Jack, I don't want to die. I'm only 16. We heard even more laughter. It was as if it was all around our small house. We then heard the gentle buzz of both of our cell phones going off at the same time. Terrified, we withdrew our phones from our pockets and began to unlock them. As we opened our messenger app, we both saw the same picture had been delivered to both of our phone numbers. It was a picture of us in our kitchen. And in the mirror we could see Glasses Greg's reflection and his terribly bright, shining glasses, making the horrible green of his flaccid skin on his face glow. The picture then began to move, slowly beginning to inch closer and closer. We began to be able to make out even more of Glasses Greg's features. He was scrawny and tall, and he was wearing shorts with a white tank top, showing off his unmuscular physique. A backwards baseball cap began to slowly materialize atop his head. I quietly whispered to my wife, "Holy sh!"